Tinubu daughter has come out to social media to drag federal government and police again for tear gassing and shooting at Nnamdi Kanu protesters. She said that they has repeated what they did on sars 5 years ago, and they have cowardly repeated history. Listen, just watch and listen to her.
Hello, fellow citizens of Nigeria. My name remains just Adetun. Just like yesterday, October 20th, 2020, history was made. Our government showed us how greedy and incompetent they are. They showed us how they feared change. They showed us their cowardness. They could not listen to us. They could not change things. But all they did was they released army and told them to silence our souls and our spirits and our bodies. You know, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, I've tried as much as possible to forgive you, because one way or the other you have been competent in the areas of social welfare and children and health facilities. But let me tell you today, even after government, posterity will judge you for failing to be the hero of democracy. Anyway, I don't blame you. You are just a small boy listening to instructions. Now, 5 years down the line, today another history is about to be made. People are on the protest ground. People are outside demanding for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. It is not about the person. It is about the fact that why would our government continue to want us to be on the streets before we are heard? Few days ago, they brought out a list and said that they had released some people on compassionate ground, on clemency. They did that within the four corners of their offices. I'm sure it wasn't free, because there is no way you can tell me that releasing drug barons is free. Something must have happened. President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, with all humility and dignity and as a citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, if you cannot meet the demands of these people on the street, bow your head in shame. You want Lagos, nobody's never going to argue it with you. But you see this place called Federal, Nigeria, it belongs to every one of us. And we have a right. The only way the government can make things right is to understand that you have killed the spirit of innocent citizens. And you have detached emotions away from Nigerians. People always tell me Nigeria is not worth fighting for. It is not Nigerians. It is Nigeria. There are two different things. Nigerians are different from Nigeria. If Nigerians are not worth fighting for, it is because you destroyed everything called Nigeria in them. President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, rule this country in fairness. Rule this country with your conscience, and understand that you being the president of this country is an assignment for you to fix a lot of things. Fix the errors, fix the mistakes, and don't think that this is a country that you can own inside your pocket. It is not possible. If the demands of those people are not met, then this government is already a failure. Because there is no reason why there should be a disconnect between citizens and its own country. And this is what this government is doing now. I weep for you all. I weep for how you sold your conscience. I weep for the quest of power in the spirit of greed. Are you people not ashamed of yourselves? Are you people not ashamed that you will come on social media and say that citizens are abusing you and they are insulting you? You can hear the insult, but you cannot feel their pains. What more do we call this government than call it a government of shame and incompetence? A government that people have to come on the street to demand for what they think is equity, equitable distribution of justice and compassion.
Share this video.
Nigeria must be great. There is no shall in our statement. Nigeria must be great. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, if you cannot make Nigeria great, then shame and woe betide unto people like you who call yourself leaders, but you don't know what it means to feel the pain of a common man. Whatever justice Nnamdi Kanu has done is not about the issue. It's about the fact that there are people in the face of the law that have done worse things. Now, I said it the other day, I said scrap NDLEA. Because what is the point if people will be arrested for drugs and at the end of the day they will be released on some kind of grounds? We have not forgotten SARS. We might have moved on with our lives, but our pain still lives in us. And if you feel that you are not part of it, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you were part of it, because when you were supposed to speak, you could not speak because of your agenda, your personal ambition to become the president. You could not stand for us in Lagos. You hid yourself under your roof. You could not come out to say a word. Now power is in your hands. What are you supposed to do? Make amends. Say sorry with your actions. Say sorry with your compassion to Nigerians. But you are too big because you feel you have power in your hands. But you have forgotten something. That this is our motherland. Ile mama waniyo. Ile baba waniyo. Ile hoyi ile wara. Nigeria is our own. Nigeria is our own. And if our leaders cannot fix it, and our youth have become nothing but content creators because they don't believe in this government and they are completely detached in this government, they've broken the chain of poverty with a strong mind of disconnect as Nigerians. Shame unto this government. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, shame unto you if you will not fix this country. Let me tell you all something. I don't fear anything and I don't fear anybody. The only fear that lives in me and will continue to live in me is to fail my motherland called Nigeria. I have sworn by everything called faith in Christ not to fail my country, and so help me God.
That step in order to protect the critical infrastructure in those areas. Is it about critical infrastructure or about protecting the powerful against the average person? Because the average person that went on the street today, these places that you are mentioning, the National Assembly, the Asura Villa, all of these are places where you find the powerful and the mighty in Nigeria. Is that what you are protecting? Definitely not. Like I said, no matter where you protest, your voices will be heard. In fact, this is the age of internet and ICT. People would always make videos and stream and make their voices heard. So it's not about that. There was a group that protested along this road some years back, and it was anarchy, it was chaos. In fact, I remember that the ambulance that was there was burnt down. So we've seen this before, and we need to learn from incidents that have happened in the past. So we would not allow this happen, especially when we see the red flags, when we get the intel, the intelligence that such a thing is going to happen. We are duty bound to take every preemptive step to make sure it doesn't happen. So what intelligence did the police have to suggest that this one was going to escalate to the point that it's going to put the lives of the president living in the presidential villa, the lives of the lawmakers in jeopardy, or any properties in jeopardy? Thank you very much. We might not be able to go into details of the intelligence, but it's enough to say that everything we did was in good faith to protect Nigerians and protect the city. So we're saying it again that we approached the court listened to us and graciously granted. Are you able to make available this court order so that Nigerians can be able to see the content of what the court is restricting these protesters who are unarmed? By the way, the allegations that you fire live ammunition. What did they do to live ammunition? Did you want to kill them, or what exactly was it? Number one, the court order is not a classified document. It's readily available. But the copy that you have, you were the one who went to court. Yes. I can make a copy available. Yeah. You can also just you did that in ex parte. That means that you appear before the court in exclusively to before the police and the court. Yes, and it is clearly stated in that same order that the other party should appear. Tonight. Thanks for having me on the show tonight. I appreciate it. Did you get on a court order specifically about this protest of today? Yes, we did. We got a court order specifically about this protest and restricting protests from certain areas like the Aso Villa, the Supreme Court, the National Assembly, Eagle Square, the Force Headquarters, and Shehu Shagari Way. And the court order says protesters are restricted from going to these areas. And as a law enforcement agency, we are duty bound to enforce that court order. So it was the Nigerian Police Force that went on behalf of the IGP, went to the court, and this was on Wednesday or whatever. Am I right? On Friday. It was on Friday. Yeah. Were you able to secure the court order? Because I understand that the court was supposed to sit on that matter today, but that never held. Well, I'm talking about Friday. We approached the court and we got the court order. There is a valid court order from, is it Justice Omotosho's court? There is a valid court order from Federal High Court in Abuja.
And that is what we enforce today. It came out on Friday.
So on what grounds did the police want those specific areas to be isolated from the protesters?
You see, FCT is very big. You can protest anywhere and your voices will still be heard. It will still be reported by the press. And these are critical infrastructure that needs to be protected. And don't forget that these are places where protests have happened in the past and things were destroyed. We have records of that. So it's our duty as an agency, it's our mandate to protect life and property, to ensure law and order. So whatever step we need to take to achieve that mandate is what we'll take. All lawful steps. And that was what we did. So we took that step in